What's up guys, T-Rex and Mr. Gold right here with TREXmedia.com, your one-stop shop for all things T-Rex. Speaking of that, actually, do you have a second channel right now where I do post all of my music and stuff? So I'm just gonna link that right down, right below that like button, so you can actually go ahead and check it out. Now, I've been using the Mackie EM-91C for about a while now, and this microphone was actually just sent to me by Mackie. Big shout out to Mackie for actually sending this over. I'm gonna leave the links and everything like that right in the description box right down below. So if you're thinking about checking anything from Mackie, all of it is going to be right down there below. Okay, now I've been using this for a while, and I've been using it for Zoom calls. I've been using it for voiceovers. I've actually used it to do some takes for a new single that I'm actually working on right now. And I've actually used it for voiceovers, and I've been really working with it as much as I can. If you look right here closely, that's actually what's propped up right down below. If you can see it, it's a little bit low. I'll just raise that up just a sec, and you can actually see on my microphone arm. Now, for about 80 bucks, for about $80, is this microphone the right large condenser microphone for you, for your home studio? If you want to do streaming, if you do like a Twitch thing, if you run streaming, if you run voiceovers, you want to do a podcast, is this an affordable alternative for you rather than all of the other ones that are actually out there? Let's find out in today's video. Now, the very first thing I'm going to start with is the presentation of the microphone. Now, if you didn't see my unboxing video, I'm just going to link it right up here. You can go ahead and then check that and then come back to this video. But really simple, what you do get with the presentation is actually really nice. I do like the fact that you do get a spider shock mount with this, and you also do get an XLR cable with this. The one disadvantage is that the spider shock mount is just missing an important piece. It's actually gonna make you prop it up on a microphone arm like this, so you might want to get that piece before you actually, use it, because I'm actually not using mine right now. It is just right here, and that is the piece that's actually missing right there. So if you want to use this, you might actually be thinking about getting that. Or if you're just like me and you have another spider shock mount lying around, you can actually just prop the microphone on that one. But it's actually really nice that it does come with this as another alternative. Now, the next thing I'm going to talk about is the build quality of the microphone. Now, while there is brushed metal all around, it doesn't feel like the most premium microphone in hand. It feels a little bit soft and a little bit soggy and a little bit fragile. One thing I really do like about it is the really small, compact, portable design of the microphone. It is really nice. It's something I just slip into a bag and just take it on the go. Now, Mackie does advertise this on your website as it's built like a tank, but I wouldn't say you should drop it because it feels a little bit fragile and just a little bit something you might want to take good care of well. So in the design department, it's a little bit okay, and being that the microphone is really affordable, you can actually see where they try to cut a little bit of corners just to get the price down to that point. Now, in terms of compatibility and versatility, the microphone is actually really nice. It is compatible with anything that I could actually throw against it. If you have a different XLR cable lying around, you can actually plug that into it. It has no problem whatsoever handling that. If you want to use it with any sort of interface, which I do have 3 of them right here, it does actually work really fine. Talking about computers, if it's Windows or a Mac, you're actually really set to go. Talking about doors, depending on the door that you're actually working with, I do work with Studio One, GarageBand, and right now I just recently added Pro Tools. It is actually very fine. Now, in terms of versatility, I did say I used it to take a Zoom call, and everyone could hear me clearly. It was actually nice. Everyone could understand me. It actually worked perfectly fine with the Zoom app, and I tried to pair with it using Studio One. It actually went in really good. And talking about voiceovers, it did work really fine for voiceovers, because if you know me by now, all of my recent videos have actually been using this for the voiceovers, where I've actually been working on the settings and just trying to get that perfect point. But all of those voiceovers are unedited, so that is actually what the microphone does sound like in terms. But I'm going to give you another sort of testing right here, so you can actually get what the microphone actually really sounds like, so you don't have to go through a stream of like 6 videos in the past. Now, with this microphone, you're actually working with a cardio polar pattern, okay? And actually ran 3 tests with this for the sound quality, which I'm going to show you right now. Now, what I did is I hooked this up to Studio One using the Onyx Producer 2.2, also from Mackie, with that review coming shortly afterwards, and I hooked this up and actually try to see how the microphone's actually going to take in sound and actually reject sound depending on how close or how far you actually come with it, with or without a pop filter. And this is actually my results. But before we move on, just so you know, J Black's summer collection is actually out right now, and if you go down in the description box right down below, you can actually get the link to the new summer collection. Okay, there's a whole bunch of stuff, there's a whole host of new stuff that's going to be right down there for you guys. check it out. These are really affordable. These are polarized lenses, stainless steel, Italian acetate, all of that kind of stuff. You can actually get it prescribed. You can actually get sunglasses. You can get it in blue light, just like I did right here. Okay, and they are really affordable. On top of that, I'm gonna throw a discount code right in there for you, 10% off for anything that you do get each time you go in there and use this. Let me know what you think about it. Okay, so the very first thing that we have to do here is go into Studio One. So this is what I did right here, and then I made sure that my settings was right. My playback is set to the Onyx, my input, my output, and my sample rate in every single thing. Now, next of all, we're gonna create a new song. Okay, and I'm just gonna call this one Mackie Test. All right. Now again, with the same settings, as you can see every single thing right there. That is exactly what I use for all three set of testing. And now that we have a blank space right here, we're just gonna create a new track, and I'm gonna call this one Test 1. And make sure that the format is in mono and the input is on the left side, which is where the microphone is actually plugged into. And with that being said, I'm just gonna do an OK right here, and you're just gonna hear what you're gonna hear next is gonna be what is coming out of the microphones, and I'm just gonna explain every other thing from there. Now when I go ahead and I hit record, you can actually see as I'm recording. Now this is me speaking at about a little bit really close to the microphone, as about where you just be if you were recording a song or something like that. So I'm actually quite close right here, and you can actually see how the form is. Now you can actually see that the input isn't all that great. Now creating a new test one right here, and this is me actually moving a little bit further back from the microphone. Now you can actually hear what this sounds like, and you can actually see what is actually coming up here from the microphone. Now you see that it's not all that good and it's not all that loud. Now it gets a little bit weak, and this is me again using the same gain settings and also the same settings all across on the audio interface. Okay, now we're gonna go further back and you're gonna see the difference in just a sec. Now this is me going actually way further back a little bit from the microphone, and there really isn't all of that much difference. You can actually see that it's a little bit on the weaker side. Now in iMovie, I'm gonna raise this just a little bit. That's what I'm showing you guys this right here from Studio One, so you actually get an idea of what the input is actually like. Okay, but in iMovie, when I'm actually editing this video, I'm gonna increase the volume, so I'm gonna try to match it up as much as I can so it actually sounds a lot louder. But this is unfiltered, unedited voice right here. This exact recording is what I just took out Studio One and just threw into iMovie. Well, now one thing, what is my final verdict on this microphone? Now, should you actually use it? Should you actually go for it? If you're actually considering it, should you actually want to get it, depending on what it is that you want to use it for? Now, one thing I would say is the microphone is good. It's actually really nice, and I'll tell you one truth, it actually really did surprise me, because I wasn't expecting this type of quality from a microphone that is so small and also so compact, and also from Mackie. I know that might sound a little bit weird because I've actually been promoting a lot of Mackie stuff right here in the past few weeks, but it's actually, I'm actually being really honest with you guys right now. It really surprised me and it really shocked me onto how this really performed. It is amazing, it is good. In terms of sound quality, it's really amazing. It is nice. What I would say you should do is, if you pair this, couple a very nice DAW and a really nice audio interface, you are going to be able to get some amazing sound from this. And depending on how you use it, and if you're able to tweak it just right, you're actually gonna really like it, depending on the situation, be it it's podcast, be it streaming, live streaming, podcast, wherever it is. Be it's gonna be like you're actually taking Zoom calls just like I did with this. It's actually gonna be really amazing and work really fine for you. But there is one con though, and that con is that it does not reject sound as much as you would think it would. And what exactly do I mean by that? That means that the noise rejection is not so good. I'm not gonna say it's bad, I'm not gonna say it's horrible. It is not just so good. And you can actually kind of understand, being that this is a really affordable, cheap microphone at just $80, it's not all that good in terms of rejecting background noise. So before I actually start any sort of recording, actually try to make sure that everything is as quiet as it can be in here before I actually start recording with it, because it picks up the little subtle things. As much as you think you're not gonna hear it, it actually picks up a lot of things. And even if you're just trying to adjust your headphones, it's gonna pick that up. So it's not all that good at rejecting all of the background noise, but it's actually really, really nice. Now, one thing about me is I do pride microphones that know how to pick up sound really, really well. But just on that, I'm gonna call that a con, because I kind of noticed it when I was doing editing in a lot of videos that I used it for voiceovers in. So I try to just cut that part out or just try to silence it when I'm doing my video editing, which was a little bit uncomfortable. But I would say again, for an $80 microphone, this is actually good. So what is my final verdict on this? Just like I said, if you want to get this, if you're actually planning on getting one of these, I would say just go for it, because it's really affordable. It is nice. It's gonna serve you well. In terms of how long it's gonna serve you, I've only had this for about, say, 2 months now, I would say. So I can't guarantee on that one, but what I can do is I can highly recommend if you're looking for something that's really affordable and something that's really, it's actually the cheapest microphone that I do have here, and I believe I have about 6 of them or 5 of them, ranging from as much as about $150 up all the way to about $300 and something. So for $80 right here, this actually really surprised me. I would compare the sound quality really close to an Audio-Technica AT2020, if that gives you an idea, if you didn't quite get what all of the testing was all about. So that's about it for me with this video, guys. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up and make sure someone else finds it. If you do enjoy, let me know in the comment section right down below what are the things that you do want to see. And also share with someone who you know is really gonna appreciate it. If you haven't already, be sure to hit the subscribe button right down below. I do give a lot of videos like this, and also it's gonna help me and the channel to also continue to make a lot more videos like this. Thanks a bunch so much for watching, and I will see you in the very next time. Stay safe.